be a diamond. In our armed forces, let's just pick one, the Navy, for instance. The first thing they teach you, somebody over here, help me out. You are in the Navy, right? They're teaching you war, right? What's the first thing they teach you? The first thing they teach you, the very first thing they teach you is how to respond when you have a jam gun. And number two, how to carry a dead body. That's the first thing they teach you. They don't teach you how to defend yourself. They don't teach you how to swim. The first thing they teach you is when your gun is jammed. The first thing they teach you is a dead body, how to carry a dead body. And somebody tell me, why would they start you there? That's the worst case scenario. That's what you're not prepared for. That's what you're not thinking. You're not thinking when you go out there to defend yourself that your gun is gonna jam. You're not thinking when you go out there that your boy gonna get killed and you gotta drag. You're not thinking that. So listen to me. It's not hardships that hurt us. It's not my cousin getting shot twice. It's not my cousin spending 50 years in jail. It's not my aunt dying of cancer. It's not my wife being diagnosed with 7 lesions on the brain that will break you. What will break most people is you didn't prepare for that. So when you put all your little goals and all your little dreams together, it's not the thing that broke you. It was you never even thought about the fact that you could be broken. They say it's gonna be a dog fight. And if you soft, this ain't that you wanna get out now. This is where you're like, I quit. But if you're willing to say, I'm not gonna quit, I guarantee you whatever success you want to have, you're going to have it.
You will not outgrind me. You won't outgrind me. You can be smarter than me. You won't outgrind me. I'll get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and do videos. I'll do a video at 3 o'clock. I'll do a video at 2 o'clock. I'm putting out so much doggone content, they can't keep up. They smarter than me. They better than me. I admit, I got a GED. I ain't the smartest person in the world, but I get up and do this for Dee. I do this every day for Dee because of what Dee did for me. I do this for my kids. My daddy wasn't there. I do this for my family. You can't stop me. The reason why some of you can be stopped is you're doing it for yourself. And guess what happens when you get tired? When you grinding, grinding hurts. Grinding.
It never broke me. Why? Because I've been broken so much. Defeated so much. I've been disappointed so much in my life that I know what it feels like and I can handle it.
All of us have experienced some tragedy, and if we haven't, we will. And you can either let it destroy your life or you can build upon it. You can permit it to let it hold you down, or you can decide, I'm not going to let that happen to me. I'm bigger than this.
The night is darkest just before the dawn. And I promise you, the dawn is coming.
And it doesn't matter how you get knocked down in life, because that's going to happen. All that matters is that you got to get up.
Everybody can see, everybody has sight, but very few people have vision. For every minute that you think you can't do it, I need you to offset it with dreaming about the fact that you can. Whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, you're not going to be able to make it happen if you don't have a dream party every day. You've got to take out 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, however much time you have, and you've got to actually go in a room, close the door, and you've got to see yourself doing it. You've got to feel yourself doing it. You've got to actually walk in it. You've got to go in the future, live it out, come back in the present, and start working toward it. Every single day, we're not waiting for it to happen. We just don't have sight. Sight is for people who live in the present. We have vision. We're going to make it happen before it happens. You have to know that this thing is going to work. Come hell or high water, whatever it is that I set out to do, it may not happen in 6 months, it may not happen in a year, it may not happen in 2 years, but at some point, my dream is going to become a reality.
You cannot get a diamond out of coal without pressure. So stop looking at pressure as it's something bad and look at pressure as something that's about to bring you greatness. I'm trying to tell you, you can win. Despite the circumstance, you can win. Despite the adversity, you can win. Despite the situation, you can win. Despite how much money you got in your bank, you can win. You can pull it off.
As long as you're programmed with what you can't do and what you can't be and what you can't have, you will never get up. But I dare you to go into your phone booth like Clark Kent and spin around and come out Superman and say, wait a minute, I'm better than this. Man, don't you know God brought you through too much for you to give up here and die? People can't do just anything to you. Life can't do just anything to you. I don't care what comes up against you. I don't care how big they are. I don't care how tough they are. There is nothing as powerful as a changed mind.
You can decide that you're going to change, that you're going to stand up to life. I got me here, I can get me out of this. And I'm getting out. I'm not going to be a volunteer victim. You can decide I'm going to work on myself and develop myself. I'm going to empower me.
I'm not going to settle for this. This is not going to be it for my life. I deserve more than this.
You get control when you stop letting life control you. When you get to the point where a tragedy or a trial don't make you cry. Some of you are phenomenally skilled, but once life hits you with a punch or two, you're ready to quit. Phenomenally skilled is cute, but it is a phenomenal will that says every time I get knocked down, I will get back up and I will succeed. I will not surrender.
You know, the number one excuse is I don't have enough time. If you want to transform your body, you've got to spend 100.
Work hard in preseason. When I went to college, guys were way smarter than me. 4.0s, 3.0s, they went to the Ivy League high schools, came to Oakwood from these great high schools. Most of them are not doing what I'm doing. Why? Because it's not about where you come from. It's about heart.
You gotta let your dream destroy you. You gotta give everything you got. No excuses.
This is your opportunity to blow up.
If you really want your dream bad enough, if you really want to go where you say you want to go, if you really want to do what you say you want to do, you have to let your dream destroy you. You have to let your dream break you down. Because that's the only way that you're going to be built back up.
The version of you that you are right now is a blessing, but it won't take you to the next level. What got you here won't take you there. So let the dream destroy you, tear you down, redefine you, build you back up, make you stronger. The first version of Eric Thomas would never be able to stand in front of you guys.
Game. But at the first sign of adversity, at the first sign of a setback, at the first sign of a hiccup, at the first sign of something not going the way you thought it should go, you quit.
Let the dream destroy you. Let it strip you. Let it remake and mold you. Don't be afraid.
Pain is what's gonna lead to that future gain. You gotta let your dream destroy you. You gotta give everything you got.
To be able at any moment to sacrifice what we are for what we could be. I don't do well in math. You're right. You ain't never studied. I'm not good in writing because you have never written before. But I dare you to fail in writing for a whole year to see if you can get to the end. I dare you to fail. I dare you to take that same class over and over again. I dare you to stop dropping classes like you saw. With a real Eric Thomas, please stand up. Stop being this high school dropout. Stop giving up. Stop sleeping on the streets and get your GED. Stop being afraid to take a test. Stop being afraid to go to college because your daddy didn't go and your mama didn't go. Stop being afraid and be the best Eric Thomas you can be. But listen to me, it's going to be hard. It took me 12 years to get a 4-year degree, but I got it. And guess what? On a degree, it don't have dates. So if it took you 4 and it took me 12, it don't show up nowhere. I need you to study like you've never studied before. I need you up all night long studying, getting about 3-4 hours here, hour and a half here, 2 hours here. You hear me say this all the time. For some of you, this is it. And even you say, Eric, look, man, you don't understand. If I put everything in, I'm still going to get a 1.0. I'm telling you to do it anyway because, you know, I told you I flunked English 3 times like when I was in college, right? Flunked it the first time, and I quit when they told me I couldn't pass. The second time she told me, you're going to flunk, I stayed in there anyway. And guess what? As stupid as this might sound, even though you flunk, you learn a new concept, right? So that's 1 or 2 less concepts I got to learn the next year, right? And finally, that third time, I clept it, which means you just take a test. And I took the test and I passed it.
You don't get it. You have to give everything you got to get what you want. You have to give everything you don't even realize you have to get where you're trying to go. Don't you get it? When you do what they want, you will have what they don't. When you do what they refuse, they won't have the options that you get to choose. Because those are reserved for those who choose to move when others choose to stand still. Those are reserved for those that choose to get up when so many others couldn't find the strength to lift up and give more.
And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep. Some of you can make sacrifices when Monday Night Football is not on. You can make a sacrifice. But when the game come on, for some reason, you just attach to it. You can make sacrifices on Sunday when ain't nothing going on. But when your favorite show comes on Monday, bam, some of you focus until the phone ring, and then you like, I gotta answer it. If I don't answer the phone, I'm gonna die. I'm saying to you today that there are some of you, if you give up your cell phone, you would be successful. But your cell phone is more important to you than your success. You have to give it everything you got. No more TV, no more parties, no more playing. If you don't have a 4.0, what you need to be doing is studying. Get off the phone. I'm sorry, I'm not available until the end of this year. No, I'm for real. You reached the right number, but you called me at the wrong time. Call me back January 1st. I'm about to get busy now. Every time you ever got in trouble, somebody in your house got you out of it. Every time you've done something you're not supposed to do, people say, Eric, your mother's a tyrant. You're right. She kicked me out. You're right. She's mean, but she developed a man because she put me out there and said, you're going to have to grow up. And some of you have never learned to grow up. And so every time something get hard, you quit, you call mama. I dare you to take a little pain. I dare you. I dare you not to go home. Somebody said, I gotta go home, I feel bad. Go through it. You ain't gonna die. At the end of pain is success. You're not gonna die because you're feeling a little pain.
So let this be the time that you lift yourself back up. You've did it over and over again. Why stop now? You're too close. Success is right around the corner. And even if it takes a little bit longer to get there, it's okay.
Listen to me very closely.
Life has a funny way of testing all of us and seeing how bad we really want what it is that we say we want. Life is going to hit you with a certain level of opposition. Life is going to hit you with a certain level of adversity. And life is going to say to you, you said you wanted it. Now let's see how bad you really want it.
We all have these moments in time that either make you or break you, that can determine the rest of your life. The rest of your life can be determined by one simple decision.
You have a choice to either give up or keep going.
There's so many times that we're in these dark ass tunnels. The tunnels of life, when hard times are coming at you, man, and you feel alone and you feel trapped and you feel like there's no way out. And all you want to do is run out of that tunnel because it's dark and it's scary. But if you can find just enough courage to stay in that tunnel just a little bit longer, your eyes start to adjust to the night. And what happens, that darkness becomes the light.
I can accept failure. Everyone fails at some point. I cannot accept not trying. I don't feel rejected. I tried. How do you feel rejected when you try? The person who didn't try should feel rejected. The person that didn't try should feel defeated. I tried. I don't feel rejected. I feel good about myself. I don't feel bad. I gave it 120%. You can't never feel bad when you put forth 120%. You can't let the outcomes make you feel whack. I'm not whack. I'm a warrior. I'm a problem solver. I'm not soft. I'm not weak. I don't quit. I don't give up. I don't surrender. I don't always win, but I always try.
You chase something that you believe you deserve until you get it.
And it doesn't matter what happens to you. It doesn't matter how many times you've been fired. It doesn't matter how many people don't believe in you. You just go until you get it.
Because if you're willing to go through all the battling you got to go through to get to where you want to get, who's got the right to stop you? Nobody. It's your right to listen to your gut. It ain't nobody's right to say no after you earn the right to be where you want to be and do what you want to do.
Every single person that you look up to, all of them dealt with their family and friends looking at them funny and making jokes. The difference is they continued to move when people told them to get back in line. They didn't get back in line. They continued to become what they knew they were inside of their soul.
Everyone's like, oh, Craig, you're lucky. You got this, Craig, you're lucky. Everything you do is luck. Bullshit. Because before it was luck, it was a belief. And every day with no one watching at 5 in the morning, by myself, I trained it because I believed in it. Then I mastered it. Well, I remastered it in hopes that one day my trained ability collided with an opportunity to show it off. That's what success is. That every single module inside of it, you create, you own. Nothing subjective in there. It's all you.
And when you know what you want, you will do anything it takes to get it. You will study as long as it takes. You won't go to sleep until you have the knowledge that it takes to do what you're able to do.
All I'm saying is don't quit. I didn't say don't rest. I didn't say don't recover. I said don't quit. Mentally, you ain't got to take off. Mentally, you can stay connected.
How do you stand the race, Les, when your life has been destroyed with drugs or alcohol, or you've lost your business, or lost your job, or lost your home, and you've been completely devastated? How can you tell me I can come back? Oh, let me tell you something. Whatever you want to do, whatever goal you have, all we need to do is we look at our dreams. As we get ready to hit the floor, I'm blessed and highly favored.
Look at your belief system every single day and stick with it. Don't rush the process. Trust the process. Don't rush the process. Trust the process. Don't rush the process. Trust the process.
Idea what he's doing when we're tired, when we're weary.
All-out war that you're going to get out of this rut. I suggest to you that if you are facing a challenge, don't stop. Stay
very carefully to one of the mysteries of life that make it worth living.
Now, we teach things that are generally not taught in school, as I already have said, but I want to talk about another little factor. 90% of the visits to medical doctors are directly or indirectly related to stress. 90%. My stress level, and I face as many deadlines as anybody you know. It's always a book production, a class I'm teaching, a seminar I'm presenting, and each one of them requires time and concentration. Example, how many of you feel like I've made this talk before? Can I see your hand, please? Several hundred times. I made it yesterday. You know what I did between yesterday and today? I spent over 6 hours getting ready for today. You see, I think it would be arrogant if I thought I could stand up and spit it out just because I did it yesterday or hundreds of times. That's arrogance. When you respond to life instead of react to it, react is negative. You get sick, go to the doctor, she gives you a prescription, says, see me tomorrow. You walk in the next day, she said, uh-oh, it's not working. We're going to have to change their prescription. You get a little nervous. But if she smiled and said, hey, it's working. And so she's just responded, and you feel better because now you see some real hope in order to get ahead in life.
Make friends with people who want the best for you. And that's a meditation on my own childhood and adolescence to some degree. I had friends who wanted the best for me and friends who didn't. And, they were friends who, some of them were aiming up and some of them were aiming down. And if you have a friend that's aiming down and you do something that's aiming up, then they're generally not that happy about it. They try to top your accomplishment with one of their own, hypothetical or real, or put down what you're doing, or offer you a cigarette if you're trying to quit and you've kind of done that successfully, or a drink if you've been drinking too much and are trying to stop being an alcoholic, or they're cynical and bitter and devoted towards no good. And sometimes that's family members too, and sometimes it's even part of you, But this chapter is an injunction to people, is like you have an ethical responsibility to take care of yourself, you have an ethical responsibility to surround yourself with people who have the courage and faith and wisdom to wish you well when you've done something good. and to stop you when you're doing something destructive. And if your friends aren't like that, then they're not your friends. And maintaining your friendships with them might not even be in their interest. And so it's a tricky argument to make, because I'm not saying, whenever anyone's in trouble, you should, push them into a ditch and then give them a couple of kicks. That's not the idea. The idea is that, but I had a couple of rules I didn't write about. One was be careful about whom you share good news with, and another was be careful about whom you share bad news with. And those rules ring in people's minds quite quickly. A friend is someone you can share good news with, You go to them and you say, hey, look, this good thing happened to me. And they say, look, I'm so happy that happened to you. Like, way to be. And they don't think, God damn it, why didn't that happen to me? And you didn't deserve it. Here's a bunch of reasons you're stupid and why it won't work. It's like, that's not helpful. And so I would say, if
I made a full commitment that I'm going to go and be a bodybuilding champion. I made a full commitment that I'm going to be in America. I made a full commitment that I'm going to get in the show business and I'm going to be a leading man. No matter what it takes, I will do the work. And it's very important to understand that we function better if there is no safety net, because plan B becomes a safety net. It says that if I fail, then I fall and I get picked up and I have something else there that will protect me. What is if I fail, then I don't have anything else? Well, let me tell you something. Don't be afraid of failing, because there's nothing wrong with failing. So people always ask me, when they saw me in the gym in the pumping iron days, they say, why is it that you're working out so hard? 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day, and you have always a smile on your face. Why is that? And I told people all the time, I said, because to me, I'm shooting for a goal. So every rep that I do gets me closer to accomplishing that goal, to make this goal, this vision turn into reality. Michael Jordan said in one of his interviews, when they said, you are unbelievable, you're the greatest basketball player of all times. And he says, well, you're just mentioning the successes. But he says, for me to become the greatest basketball player, I missed 9,000 shots when I was playing basketball at the NBA games. Does it make him a failure? No. He's one of the greatest basketball players of all times, but he failed 9,000 times. Do you get it? We all fail. It's okay. What is not okay is that when you fail, you stay down. It's all about the hard work that you put in.
When you leave this place, I need you to get in beast mode and stay in beast mode. On 3, beast mode. 1, 2, 3. Beast mode. No, come on. 1, 2, 3. Beast mode. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Beast mode. If you wake up at 3:30, some other kid's getting up at 3 and he's got 30 minutes on you today. I need you to do me a huge favor. I need you not only to want to be a beast, I need you to live in beast mode. Because if you live in beast mode, you'll have what other people don't have. Listen to me very closely. Not only will you have what other people don't have, you'll do what other people can't do. So what is it